Test, test, test. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. All right, hopefully everything is all right. Piotr here from Land of Trading. We are still going within test drive of our live training room. Let's have a look. Finally, I do believe that we are gonna to be ready very soon. The thing is that we are doing few things for the companies and brokers who are outsourcing stuff to us. So we are still in a testing phase of our own product. Anyway, just few minutes, beginning of the new week, but we are approaching end of the month. So the flow related to the end of the month will dominate the market. Let's check the few majors and let's see what we may eventually expect this week. Before we start, risk warning, guys, trading FX on margin carries a high level of risk and may not be suitable for all investors. You can sustain a loss of some of or all of your initial investment, so please do not invest the money that you cannot afford to lose. Seek education, gain experience before risking real money. Please remember that past performance doesn't guarantee future results. All right, so let's start with euro dollar, guys. As we are approaching US Open, I mean the stock market open within the next 4 minutes. Let's start with euro dollar. That's the weekly chart, and finally we reach the potential supply zone. We also reach the target if we are taking into the consideration the consolidation period for 2.5 years. So taking into the consideration based on the closing and open price, we double the size of this consolidation right now, and we see some kind of supply. Looks like a few guys decided to take some profit out of the table. Yeah, we may discuss if it was because of the Trump or whatever. Anyway, market is trying to react in a very important at the very important level. We'll see what's going to happen next. Basically, we may try, from the bulls perspective, we may try to rise towards 26.20, 28.60 as a next possible target, right? And to the downside, based on this weekly chart, to the downside, looks like this consolidation around 121, 120, the breakout zone, that's also level close to the yearly open. That should works as possible demand, especially if we are gonna to take into the consideration that we are in between 120 130, so the psychological 120 level may work as a support as well, right? We'll see. From the daily perspective, we have this Riley, we have this base and breakout to the upside. So what we may see this week, pullback, and we should find the support or possible demand around this area. In terms of colors I'm using here, I strongly suggest to watch one of our first video where I was explaining all those colors, because different time frame got different color. So again, please watch the one of the first video. Anyway, from the bulls perspective, we should be able to find the possible demand based on daily around 2250 towards 2175. Of course, from the supply perspective, last week high should work as a supply. So if we see in any particular day this week another attempt to make the rally and we are gonna to reject again the high, that could be good intraday invitation to try to go short. So from that perspective, everything above 25 with rejection, that could be the sign that we may try to join short side. From the long side, again, looks like below 123 towards 22.65, towards 21.75. That's possible demand on euro dollar. From intraday perspective here on euro dollar, looks like we've got this correction phase right now. All right, so taking the easiest approach 1-to-1, and we may find during the US hours, we may find some kind of the possible demand right above this green daily zone. All right, and we may see attempt to bounce around 23.25, 23.02, 03. All right, but I wouldn't be surprised to see attempt to bounce around the end of the day, maybe during the Tokyo session, and I wouldn't be surprised to see the strong price action, for example, tomorrow or maybe Wednesday. I would like to remind you that we have the FOMC on Wednesday, just to hit and test the possible demand from the higher time frame. All right, so this intraday zone, it could be like it could attract to some stop hunting, and eventually we may see the move towards 22.60, and then we may see market will try to rally. Of course, all depends on this eventually this rally, if it's gonna be only temporary, only bounce, and something more will come into play. We'll see. That's for February, I would say. Think that end of the month, this green box, this green possible demand should hold on euro dollar. So what's the game plan here? I think that the weekly open around 24.20, as we see here, works fine today as a supply. All right, so still everything above 120 in case of intraday bounce, that might be the selling opportunity. If you are a bull, you are gonna to watch the orange level here towards 123.25, 123 level. All right, that's euro dollar. What about dollar yen? Here is a little bit different. We have this red colors that represents monthly zones, and what we can see for whole 2017, it was like wide range trading in between 115.50 and 107.50, 107 level, and we are approaching. Last week we broke down through 110 level, and very quickly we are approaching this possible demand based on higher time frame, especially if we are talking about these broken swings here. Yeah, 108 level may work as a possible demand, and what we may see here, I'm sorry, that's few lines because I've been preparing the update in different languages, in Polish language as well. So a few scenarios already here in place. I would like to see the action towards 108. I would like to see attempt to hunt some stops below last week low. All right, and in case of the rejection, that might be the idea to try to trade intraday longs towards 1010. All right, And again, the psychological 1010 may work well as a possible supply. Let's have a look what we have on a daily chart. And now should be a little bit easier. We may try to on a daily. We may try, based on the Thursday, Friday, and today action, we may try to build a swing low here. But again, for me, personally, I would like to see attempt to take out the last week low. So in that case, the swing low, we should see the swing low maybe this week around the FOMC. So from that perspective, any kind of attempt to break 108 with rejection, that could be the opportunity to try to go long. On the other hand, from the short side, any kind of the bounce from here towards this zone here, this decision point from which we took out 1010, all this kind of the rally towards 1010, all right, 110.20, that might be the opportunity for sellers to renew the shorts and to try to attack again 108. Move back above 110.50, 111 may cancel this bearish scenario. And the last one for today, for this short update, it's a British pound. And here let's start with weekly and think that we've had already the stop hunt, which may turn into the consolidation profit taking phase. So for now, for pound, also I've been pointing out this on Twitter, right, that last week on Friday I've jumped into the river again. I've been stopped on short pound once, but Friday was nice and good, and we've been updating the pound on Twitter again. Similar this week, any kind of the attempt to move above this blue line, that's the weekly open, with the rejection, that might be invitation to try to short pound based on this rising trend line via tops. So we connected the tops here. So move down towards 140, 139.50 is expected on the pound. On the daily, that's how it looks on the daily. We do have this swing high. So for now, looks like the base of this breakout candle. That might be the invitation to look for some stops. So as I mentioned, 140, 139.50. This breakout level as a possible target for profit taking or for shorts. Then the price action around this area, we should tell us more story. From the intraday perspective, looks similar as what we discussed a second ago in euro dollar. Eventually 121 should send us towards earlier mentioned levels. Nice pool of stops. All right, around 40.20 on intraday basis. That should be the target, and we may eventually try, from the bulls perspective, we may try to eventually build some kind of the jumper here. All right, so what we may see, some breakthrough with strong rejection. As we know, everything is possible on the pound. So that's how may work from the long side. Below 140, if that's only stop hunting, and you will see with the reaction at this level. And from the selling perspective, I would wait for this 142, in between 41.50, 42. level as a selling intraday selling opportunity. All right, US market is open. That's it from me. That was 15 minutes update. One more time, we are approaching end of the month, so please be careful as the end of the month flow will dominate here. FOMC on Wednesday. My name is Piotr, and that was the test drive of our educational live trading room. Hope you do well. All the best. Take care.